bet me a set of tires. I couldn't get this done by the end of the year. Alright, so last night Connor and I got some of these cars moved around, got the S13 in here so I can finally start tearing into it. And as we were packing up shop for the night, wrapping it up, we were talking about events that we want to go to, and his car's, you know, obviously going to be out and running pretty soon. It just needs some wiring work. And this thing needs far more work before I can get it to a drift event. So we're talking about events that we want to go to. There's one at the end of this month that he wants to make, but I'm not sure if we're going to get it running. But there's one at the end of the year called End of the Year Bash at NOLA Motorsports Park, which is the closest track to me. Connor bet me a set of tires, just 2 tires, you know, to go drifting on. I couldn't get this done by the end of the year to go to that event, so I think I'm going to take him up on that bet. He said you would be glad to donate $2 if I actually did get, not $2, 2 tires. He said he would actually be glad to donate 2 tires if I could get this done by the end of the year, essentially. So I'm going to take him up on that, I think. Let's tear into this thing. So as I've shown in previous videos, I started to gut some of this stuff out, but I found this rust. Part of me just wants to, if it would focus, part of me just wants to patch and sand, just, you know, as a missile, because this thing technically is a missile. I was going to make it all hot boy and pretty, and I might still do that at some point, but really now the goal is to go drifting. Not look cool, not win awards for looking cool, to go drifting, get some seat time so I can learn how to drift better. I've drifted the Miata in parking lots and whatnot, but I just want to get this thing going and get some seat time. That being said, while I'm this deep into it, I want to paint the engine bay, take all this stuff out, take the brake booster out, everything. Take everything out of the engine bay. I do want to fix the rust properly. I'm debating whether to tub it while I'm at it, because I figure if I just cut this out to tub and I can cut the strip of this out, I can make the whole tub come flush, flat down, and then make a strip that just goes back there and cut out the bad. So not too sure yet, but I do want to cut out that rust, fix it properly while I'm in here. Remove battery tray because it's grody. Probably definitely not savable. Neither is this fuse box. Just a little dirty. That's fine. That's fine. Pull everything out. Probably take the subframe off. Paint that. Because I like things looking good. I know. I said I just want to throw it together, get it going. But while I'm at it, I don't think it would take me too much longer to go ahead and get stuff like that done. The hardest part is going to be rust repair. Speaking of which, let's look at some of the rust on the car now that we're inside in the shop. Let me grab a little light. Alright, so some of the worst rust is down there on the floorboard. Obviously, I can stick my toes through there. It goes on to over there, so it's really not too horrible. Comes up to about right here, so I'm just going to cut all that up. Bend a piece of metal. Doesn't have to be pretty, you know, street sign style. It's nothing too bad, I would say, so far. There's one part that's sort of sucky that I'm about to show you, but I was zoomed in on my face. It's more just, you know, cut little bits out and patch them. But the worst parts being the frame rails in the front, and then, which I've showed before, this was some rot going on where these three panels meet up here, here, there, and it started to rust out. So instead of fixing it or just treating it and leaving it, they filled it with filler foam, which I would argue made things worse. You can see some of that frame rail rust poking through on this side. Not supposed to do that. So I think I can cut all that out pretty easily. There's some actual frame rail rust right there. Other side is good. Once again, cut, patch, yada yada yada. I know it's pretty crusty shell, but to me, I got the shell for pretty cheap. Well, very cheap. And I couldn't pass up the deal. And then after I got it, you know, given the price when I showed up to look at it, actually I didn't even show up. If you watch the video on picking up two cars, I posted a few videos back. Didn't even plan on picking this up. Was going to pick up another car and saw this down the street. So ended up for the price, they were ready to just get rid of it. I glanced over it. I noticed some things were wrong on it. I knew she's a little crusty, but now we're really learning the depths of her. That being said, I'm not one to really just let something go to the junkyard. This could easily be parted out and make money off it and just sell it, but then wouldn't have a chassis to build a drift car onto. Yes, I could probably buy a cleaner one with the money made, but then one would be going to the junkyard, which I don't want to see. So got that going for me. Yeah, saved the 240s, especially S13s. I don't know. I've always been a classic guy, driving cars from 70s, 80s. Newest car was a 97, that Miata. But I don't know, S13s, I feel like it's the classic 240. So other than that kind, she's crusty. It's all right. Go fix her. She's fine. So to finish getting this wiring out of the way, I have to finish pulling the rest of the harness on this side through. It goes up under the fender well, and into the cab. So I gotta unplug whatnot over there. But really it'd be easy if I took the fender off, but on both sides the bottom of the fenders are mangled. So if the camera would focus, you'd see a little bit that these fender bottoms have been goobered. So yeah, that bolt is facing vertically and this one horizontally. They both should be like this with a little sill, but they're not. So both sides are like that. Gonna have to fix that. Might as well do it now because I gotta do it at some point. Gonna make the rest easier. I ended up just using an angle grinder to slice pretty much where that tab, if it would focus, right there where that bolt is on the left, just cut that off. Don't need that. Ooh, full of garbage. Ta-da! There we go. Fenders are off and it's looking good. I can see rust, but I can also see all the wires and how it's routed and whatnot. So it gives it a lot easier access to be able to pull all this stuff out, start pulling these doodads out, get a nice clean engine bay. Here we go again. Now that the whole dash is out, I have easy access to all the stuff down here.
quote-unquote easy access. Definitely a lot easier to get in here and work through there without having, you know, the dash coming all the way out here with all the stuff. So easy to see stuff, easy to see where things are. My next step is going to be taking out the brake booster, brake master cylinder, reservoir, all that. Brake lines are going to be coming out. I don't want to take the subframe off yet. I do want to at some point, but I want to be able to roll the car outside to sandblast the engine bay. I think I'm gonna do a video on that of getting like a Harbor Freight little sandblaster, a cheap little one you can just hook up to an airline and gravity feed. I have a buddy with an S13 that recommended that, so thanks Gaines. Looked pretty good on his. So I'm gonna do that at some point, so I want to leave suspension on. Until then, I can take this stuff out, and oh, there goes a bolt into, got it. Also, I want to see the rust down there, which is coming through here, which I'm really tempted to just, well, I might just, ooh, that's like carpeting and stuff too. So that's cool. I'll tear into that a little more once I get the brake stuff out and get into the way. And you can see on the back side where the rust has come through here, and they're just picking away at it right there. So all that's gotta get fixed, which will be super fun, but we'll figure it out. Can't be too hard, it's just metal, right? Thanks.